Hello, everyone, and welcome
Ooh la
to
la.
another episode of the Eagles in Digital Business, a Candy
Yeah.
Chit Chat with Mosunmola and
And
Sandy.
Sunday.
Okay, so welcome to today's session of Eagles in Digital Business, a
Good
Candy Chit
business.
Chat. We are so excited to talk to talk with you about a topic that holds many of us back. One of those are I don't have money to start a business. But before we dive into our topic, let's introduce ourselves. Hi everyone, my name is Sandy. I'm the face of the Facebook business page, Sandy Caballero, Sandy to Empower Lives. I'm originally from Panama, but currently resides in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry and I'm a proud digital business owner.
Hi, my name is Mosunmola, the face behind MosonConsult.com. I'm originally from Nigeria by God's choice, and by choice, residing and working in the USA now. And I've been a healthcare worker, a seasoned MRI and mammography specialist of so many years. And I'm now a digital business owner as well. So, right on with us. You muted.
Yes. Thank you, Mosumola. We also want to remind everyone that every Tuesday and every Thursday we have our live webinar. So if you want to learn how you can start your online business and start earning online, you can register in any of the websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. So the same
Webinar.
webinar that we have watched and that all the members in our community have watched that has changed so many lives and it keeps changing lives, same like ours. So let's find out who were the hosts and panelists from Thursday's live webinar. Okay, so our host was Tina. She's a retired business development manager. Our first panelist is Jennifer. She's a former corporate executive. We also have Nirmala, ABA therapist, and Melissa, a community development coordinator.
And we also have the Shawnee, who is a registered practical nurse, and Edwin, who is a retailer, Irene, a former PSW and also a healthcare worker, and we had Brooke, who is a technical training specialist.
Thank you. And we also want to mention that, our replays have subtitles in any languages, and our live webinar has now subtitles in 5 languages, so that's Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. So if you want to learn how you can start your online business, just remember to register in our websites that appear on the screen. And also, our live webinar happens every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. PST and 8 p.m. EST. So make sure that you don't miss the to watch the webinar if you want to learn how you can start earning online. So, like we mentioned, today's topic is breaking
Breaking
barriers.
barriers, overcoming I don't have money to start a business.
That's right. Yeah. So that's our topic for today. So, um, if you ever, if you have ever thought that starting a business is only for the wealthy, well, in today's session, we're gonna show you that it is for you too. So many of us start with little to no extra money. But the good news is you don't need to be rich to get started. You just need determination, the right system, and a willingness to learn. So today we're going to be talking about the reality check, transformation stories, and the practical tips. So how to start with limited resources. So that's what we're going to be touching today. So our first topic, our first point is the reality check. Okay. Um, so on the reality check, we're going to be talking about two things: acknowledge the fear and also break the myth. So let's start with acknowledge the fear. Okay, just give me a sec. There you go. Okay, so acknowledge the fear. Just give me a sec. Just wanted to put this on the bottom. Okay, acknowledge the fear. So let's face it. Okay, so financial concerns are real. Okay, so bills piles up, emergencies happen, and it feels like there's never extra money to invest in something new. But here's the secret: waiting for the right time or more money often keeps us stuck in the same place. So, what if we told you that there's a smarter way to start? So, here is a little, like myth that usually have. So, um, you don't need a fortune to invest in your future. You just need the courage to take the first step. So there's different ways that um well, the funny part is that usually we put ourselves, we don't have money, okay, but then we have money to do other stuff that is really not going to take you anywhere, like for example, some people have money to invest in clothing or shoes because that's what they love, right? But why not investing in yourself, in your family? uh, Another good example of this is a lot of people, they invest in cars, and cars is not a good investment because as soon as you go out of that dealer, you know that car depreciates. So
Mhm.
why buying a brand new car, when you can start, investing in yourself, starting an online business that will allow to buy even a better car than the one that you thought that you wanted to buy. So, um, you know, and the funny thing is, like, many times they don't have the money to buy that new car, but they manage to buy the new car. But when it comes to buying and spending on their investment, they don't have that. They don't think that way, on investing on themselves, and trying to start their online business. But I think the first one is acknowledge the fear that you have, that, oh, maybe, if I invested, maybe I'm not gonna get my money back. Because I think those are probably some of the fears that you guys have. Like, if I invested, am I gonna receive my investment back? Or at least making some profits. Um, or the other one might be, like, well, I don't know if I want to invest because I don't know if it's scam or something like that, right? But you gotta acknowledge your fears. So once you acknowledge the fears, you gotta take action. So find out, um, what those fears are and how you're gonna overcome those fears. Okay, because you do other investments that are not really good investments. That many times they cause more debts than investment. So you want to make sure that you think wisely, and then you invest in yourself and your family. Okay, take it away, sis Monsumola.
So, having fear is, well, I would say it's natural to have some fear. Yes, fear of the unknown, usually. But then, you see, there is a qualification: unknown. So why don't you just say, okay, this unknown, let me seek further information to dig deep and make it known. Like when we were kids, we're outside, or we're in a room with our parents or with others, and for you to go into the next room, you'll be scared. You want somebody to go with you because you think something is there. And all through my life, we never met anything there. But just the fear of going into that room will keep us stuck, or we might cry and cry and cry as if something is there to swallow us up. So the first step to face this fear is to seek for knowledge. And well informed decision is best, because you are taking the decision on a known fact, on known truths for that particular period. Things may change, but at least you are setting up on on the basis of acknowledged truth. So, not fables, acknowledged truths. So you face the fear like that, and also the myth of, oh, there's a barrier somewhere, I cannot go, I cannot. No, it is not a situation of I cannot. It is a situation of, let me try, let me see what is there. And eventually you will see that they are very, very surmountable. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Mosunmola, for sharing that. So our next point. So once we have acknowledged the fear, right? Um, then we can like go into doing the investment. So here we have some testimonials. So we're gonna share with us, like for example, me. Um, I'm gonna be sharing my story. How I started my online business. So when I started my online business, I wasn't like swimming with extra cash, like I had responsibility just like you. Um, but I decided to take a small but meaningful investment in myself and in my future and in my family. Okay. Um, so when I started, I was in a position that, my industry was on a strike for a long period. So I needed to find a way. So I had my savings. In this case, I use my. Where in Canada we have like it's called like RSP. I think you guys in the US is the 401k. I think it is.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So so I utilize my my RSP on this investments to start my investment you know um so that's how I started my investment. And then since I started back in July 2023. So it has paid off in ways that you couldn't imagine, like in different ways. uh in terms of like I have more time with my parents. I can have spend more time with them. That was one of the things because I have aging parents. So um, now they're independent. And I want to be able to be with them. Also, eventually, as past times, I will have to take care of I have to take care of them, right? But if I stay in the same place where I am, that's gonna be kind of hard because of my long hours. So I wouldn't be present to take care of my parents. And I'm the only one here. Like I don't have any other family. So it's just my parents and I. So I really needed to start thinking, on something to change my lives. And like I needed to retire early to be present for them. But at the same time, I need to have that financially independence, that stability, right? So this is why I decided to start my online business. Those were my whys. Um, so this has allowed me to be more present so I can do my business at home, working from home, but also being present with my parents. So we are able to share, quality time together, for example, having breakfast together, having lunch, dinner, um, and also, spending some times in there. So I can balance, those times with them. Um, so the other benefits that I got from this investment that I did is that, I learned so much knowledge on this business. Yes, I brought some knowledge when I came to the business, but what I gained here is even more knowledge. And the thing is, like, what I love about this business is that I never stop learning. I love to learn. So, so I love to learn new things. So I'm in a constant learning. And it's not only on knowledge, but also, you're working on your mindset. You start seeing things different, with a different perspective. You start focusing your mindset from, like a problem victim focused mindset to a solution focused mindset. Um, the self-development, the growth in ourselves, that's the other thing that I love, like gaining more confidence, overcoming your fears, like doing lives like we are doing. I wasn't that wasn't for me before, like being present and doing so. So that's one of the things that, this investment has allowed me to do it. In terms of, like my financial part of it, like creating that, I'm still on the process because I just started my business. And on this business, it's like a compound effect. Okay, so we just start with little at the beginning, but it keeps growing and growing. So this year, um, so 2023, I think I started with 3 digits. 2024, 4 digits, and my goal this year is 5 digits. So so that's what I'm working towards. So but like the investment, um the return of investment that you're doing, it's like you can see it if you put your hard work and you do your training like as you should. In average, we're seeing results between 3 to 5 years. So so you can get that return of investment. There's some people that have done it like in 6 months, the return of investment. We're gonna be sharing some stories here of how people, they started their business. Like I started with my RSP, and some people started in a different way. And Mosunmola is gonna share hers. So I'll let Mosunmola share her story.
Okay, so before I will bring my personal story, I want to share my screen to correct some things in our minds. Um, I think I would love to share this. Can you say this?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me just remove
Um,
the this and this.
okay, so here am I, Mosunmola, the face behind MosunConsult.com, a digital business owner, and I'm equally a child of God, an ambassador of God in the healthcare profession. Okay, so what are we talking about today? Everybody knows that financial concerns are very, very real because we have bills to pay, you have extended family to care for, and you have emergencies that can happen at any time, things that you don't think. I mean, your car can just decide to develop some troubles and things like that. So, what usually happens is when you do not realize who you are. You just say, oh, okay, this thing, this investment that they are talking about, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Just like Sandy said now, because I some people will say, I don't want to do it because so many people are losing on it. Some people will say, I can't do it because I do not have money to do it. I don't want to invest in I don't want to invest because I don't know what I'm investing in. And some people will say, oh, they will just look at their surrounding and say, I want to buy a car, I want to buy clothes, and I can't actually put money or invest in anything because I want to buy car. They invest even in food, consumables. People make some kind of, some people will have phone. The cell phone that they are carrying is worth a year's income, and they will begin to pay little by little. The phone that can drop and scatter in a single moment, they will invest in a phone that you have to bring it out and show some people before they will see whatever is there. So I mean, so many people will have weird ways of thinking, but we are now saying, let us reset. This is a new year. So you shift yourself, shift your mindset from I don't want to do it, and you just put your back against all the people that are, all the ways that they want to even talk to you about it. You say no, and you sit down, you keep yourself inside the box. Or you say, I can't do it because the money that I have, I want to use it for consumables and things like that. But somebody will say, I want to do it. And then you rise up, you begin to see, can I learn? we talked about informed business. Now we are talking about information, quality information. And if you say, how can I do it, then you delve in, you say, let me see what you're talking about. Then from that knowledge, you say, I'm going to try, and I can do it. I can do it. You run with it, and you see that you are able to actually do it. So the first step is to step out of that comfort zone and move onto your courage zone. Yes, I can do it. The stairs are there, and the more you are going up, the more steeper and steeper it becomes. But as steep as it becoming, you are also getting off from the low level, you are mounting up. So this is what we're talking about. You break the myth. Setting up a business is not for the rich alone. You must have a positive mindset that, yes, don't start thinking of the topmost tiers, and think of all the lions that are there on your way. No, no, no. You start one step at a time. Don't think of jumping to the topmost. No, start your step at the first step. The first step is the crucial one. You invest in your future. Invest. You don't need a fortune to invest. And this is where I want to talk about my own situation. You just need to be proactive and think outside the box. Yes. So what happened in my own case, when I heard about this business, I said, well, okay, can you please take this off?
Yes.
When I heard about this business, I looked at what I would love to invest in, because the choice is yours. You decide what you actually want to invest in. So I started looking. I decided to go for the high ticket things. I mean, I decided to invest in myself, because I've thought, if I retire, what will I retire on? I looked at how much my 401 is going to give me. I said, this is not going to be enough compared with what I'm earning now. And you look at it, inflation it keeps up. What you spent $500 on last year, and you could see it, you cannot do the same this year and see it, because the prices keep rising. I mean, everything just keep going up and up and up. Gas is going up, everything is going up. Supporting your people, medical emergencies, everything is going up. So I just thought, what will I do? And then I was already doing 16 hours every day. Hmm. Then I said, this is not healthy. I'm a child of God. I must walk in a healthy way. When God created the whole universe, He created everything 6 days, and He rested on the seventh day. So where is my own resting period? And the more you use your body, expend your body, your time, and your strength for any employer, any day, anytime, they can tell you to step aside. So what will I fall back on? At my age, will I go and start looking for another job? I decided to make quality investment in my future, something that can be passive income that will be coming in. I do not have to start cracking my head. And what did I do? I looked at it. I didn't have enough at that time. I waited for my tax refund to come in, and then I also added my credit from my credit card. So that was how I was able to do it, to put the investment. And I am so glad. The only regret I have is not starting earlier. Now I am so glad that I have started, and I am moving on. I am seeing it. More knowledge, technically, more, I mean, global family. I never knew Sandy. Now, because of this business, we are friends. If I go to Canada now, I have somewhere to stay. If I go to BC, and we are meeting offline. We are going to meet in June. in San Diego.
Mhm.
It's so life is fun if you don't relax. Work, 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 all work and no play. They say in those days they say makes Jack a dull boy. It's not only Jack; it makes everybody and anybody to be a dull person. So, and they have, I mean, we have done some researches. I've seen it that 13% of people that actually work and work and work and do not take time to rest, they are not able to be productive on their on I mean, they don't go to work refreshed. They are not as productive as they are supposed to be, and they are likely to be the first ones to be taken off whenever the organization tries to downsize, because you have been overworked. They will tell you to step aside. And I mean, your body now is weak from being burnt out and so on. So I take that thought for myself, and I said, no, I must have more time for myself to enjoy my hobbies. Last year alone, 2024, I went on 3 different cruises. I went to the bowling court. All those things that I never knew about before, that I was not doing. I thought it was going on cruises for some special people, and so you must have put some money aside, and when you come back, you are still looking at debts and things. No, 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 no. It's no longer like that. So self-care is actually part of wealth. When you are able to take care of yourself and you are in good health, you maintain yourself, then that is part of wealth. So, what are we talking about? We are saying, come and see what we are doing, and the rest will be story.
Yes, thank you for sharing, Mosunmola. We also have another testimony from another member of the community. Um, so her name is Pauline. She's a business owner and coach and mentor. She's originally from Nigeria but resides in Texas, USA. She's a nurse and she stumbled into this online business opportunity 3 years ago. So that's when she took her leap of faith. Just to tell you a little bit of her story, she didn't have the money to start the investment. So what she did is, because she really wanted to change her life, what she did is she asked a friend to borrow some money, but she promised a friend that she was going to pay it back with interest. So her friend trusted her and gave the money to her. And then she was able to pay back to her friend with interest because of this business. Um, so just by taking the leap of faith 3 years ago to start her own business, and today she's blessed with endless blessings, investments, and multiple income streams. So here are some of the blessings that you can see on this side. She was able to buy 2 homes purchased in 4 months and fully sponsor it by her online business. That's how she bought those 2 homes. So yeah, so this is just an example, that she didn't have the money to start an online business, but she knew that this was an online business opportunity that would allow her to move from where she was staying, those struggles and challenges, to a better position, and be more financially free. So she figured out a way to get the money and start her online business. In this case, she asked a friend to lend her the money, and the friend trusted her. And look at her today, purchasing 2 houses in 4 months because of this business. So that's just an example of that. When you really want something, I have another example from well, he's not from our online business community, but one of the convention that we went, he's from India, and he also, as you know, India is a very poor country, um, but he wanted to start a business, his online business. So um, the investment, I believe it was like $4,000, and he didn't have the money, but he, like I mentioned, he wanted to start he changed his life. So what he did is he took 3 months. He worked hard to accumulate the amount for the investment, and then he started his investments after the 3 months, of collecting the amount. And guess what? Today he is very successful. He shared with us, the house where he was born, which was very poor, and his father used to live here, live there. So when he started to become very financially, and because now he's very financially good, he he built a house for his father. you know Nothing compares. So you can see the house where he was born and the house where his father lives is like totally different. And that's an inspiration of, again, when you really want something, you find the ways to do it. you know um so those two different examples here. It took him 3 months to be able to start his business, to collect the money. We have another one who asked a friend, to lend her the money. I use um, my RSP to start my business. And Musumola, she also share hers. So yeah, so different ways, but when you want something, you go for it, and you find the ways to get it, to start and change it, because you know that what you're investing is gonna be duplicated, triplicated, multiplicated, to what you invested. So yeah.
Can I come in? When you want to plant something, the seed that you are going to sow is just maybe one. It is a known fact. I mean, it is not a secret that your harvest is going to be in multiple folds. If you sow a grain of corn, what you are going, I mean, is massive. You cannot count it. You cannot say how much. And then also we look at it that if you say you will not invest in your tomorrow, hmm, that tomorrow is coming, and you have no right to look for harvest because you failed to plant or to sow when you're supposed to sow. So you have no right waiting for any harvest. So this is what we're talking. And in this business, in this our business, if the business does not have faith in itself, it will not offer you financial support right from inside the business. So this is what we're talking about. If it is a scam, who will give you investment, who will give you financial backup when they already know that it is actually a scam, that you're not going to make anything out of it? But no, in this business, there is financial support right from inside. And it's not going to come with that bank loan and whatever interest that you have. No, 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 it's not like that. So why don't you check it out? Don't say everything is scam. Come and see what we are offering. We are offering you financial backup as well. So nobody is going to tie you down to anything. Just come is what we're talking about.
Yes, that's right. Okay, so our next tip is practical tips on how to start with limited resources. So, on this one, we're going to be talking about smart investments, leverage free resources, the power of automation, and mindset shift. So, let's start with smart investments. So, so you want to start small, okay? So our business model doesn't require like a massive upfront cost compared to, like a traditional business where you have those huge investment. And then you also have those expenses that you have, monthly expenses that you have to pay. So our online business doesn't have any of those huge. So it's not actually a huge investment. So you can start like um, very small, like different ways to start your business according to these different strategies that you want to start. But um, you can start small, like it's not a huge investment. The other thing is like it does, our business model doesn't require like a massive upfront cost. That's what we mentioned, so it is designated to be affordable with everything you need to scale over time. So that's the amazing thing, um, when you invested, on your business, you got everything. You got all the tools, all the resources, all the support that you need, the mentorship and all that. So really, uh, I would say for what you get, it's more than worth it, because like I mentioned, it's not a huge investment. Just I think the investment, like when you invest in like a self-development course that is only one time, how much that is like, that's a big investment. And that's only one time. With us, you have a continuous knowledge, um, and self-development that, it keeps updating, our training on all that. For example, we moved to a new platform last year, from what we used to have. And the new platform is amazing. I love, how everything is, um, divided by sections, and you get to work, first on your mindset, because it's very important, which is one of the things that we're going to talk later, to work on your mindset before you start your online business, because many times we start something with not the correct mindset, and because of not having the right mindset, you might not be having, um, the skills that are required to be able to succeed, because you need to build that resilience, you need to build that, um, persistent, and also, the discipline. But right now, our focus is on smart investment. Um, so yeah, so doing this online business, is a good investment, because it's not a huge investment, and for what you gain in return, it's wonderful. But we're not here to convince you. I mean, you gotta see it for yourself. So I'll let Mosunmola to talk about her part.
Okay. So, actually, when you talk about mindsets, all these things are just, I mean, your mindset determines your altitude. So, if you have a doable, I mean, I can do it mindset, the eagle's mindset, then even though there is storm out there, nobody promises you that there will not be storms. There may be storms out there, but the eagle glides and flies above the storm. So this is what we're talking about, that we should put our minds to whatever we want to do, and it is doable. The first step is just to get that knowledge. If you get your knowledge, you begin to think outside the box, and this is what will get you to where you are going. So that's my contribution.
Mm, thank you, Mosunmola. Okay, so our second point is leverage free resources. So um, so when you start, you have free resources. So one of the free resources that we have, as first, is the free information session. So take advantage of that. That explain, how online business work. And also, when you get invited to our private Facebook group, we also have more material, free training materials there that you can take advantage. So not only you have free training materials, you also have webinars, you have audiobooks, and the community support that, to build your skills, because there's also, lives where you can learn too. So before making that big financial commitment, so make sure that you take advantage of those things, and then you can decide, if you want to learn more in detail about the business. So to leverage those free resources that are available to you to make that decision to start your online business.
Yeah, and we also want to talk about the power of automation, because you might still be working and be having your main I mean, having your work so that you can support this business at the beginning, but with the power of automation, you are not really going to be exhausted, because this business will give you that automation tool that will do the heavy lifting for you, saving your time and saving money. You don't need to go and invest in learning and learning. What we are going to um, offer to you in form of learning, in form of knowledge in this business is enough for you to actually leverage on. So, and the power of automation is very, very real here, because 90% of the heavy lifting is done for you. So you can have enough to concentrate on your on your work and other things that matter most to you at that particular moment, until you are able to now make this business to actually support you. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Mosunmola. Okay, so the next point is mindset shift. And I think Mosunmola touched a little bit about that at the beginning. So, yeah, so think of this way, instead of saying, I can't afford this, ask yourself, how can I make this happen? So a good example of that is the Indian, leader that I was telling you about before. He didn't have the means, like he's from a poor country. He wasn't rich either, but he had his dreams, of changing his life and his family's life. So um, it took him 3 months to make it happen, but he did, So he was able to start his online business. And now, because of that mindset shift that he did, instead of saying, oh, no, I can afford that because, I don't have money, that kind of money to invest, he shift that mindset and make it happen. He found a solution. In this case, he probably worked, to save the money. And it took him 3 months to save it, but he was able to start his business. And because of that, that mindset shift, he's today very successful. So the small change in mindset can open to new possibilities. And he is a good example of that. Um,
Yeah. And also, like my own coach, she said she had to put her 5 months old baby aside to be able to walk and get, she had it in mind that I want to actually start this business. So she knew she didn't have money. She put her baby to care, knowing fully well that she didn't want the baby to be in another person's care, but she needed to do it at that time to be able to get enough revenue that will make her to actually spend quality time with that baby later on. So we have to shift some things, we have to put some things on hold in order to be able to get what we want. So what we are actually saying, that starting a business doesn't have to be out of reach. The truth is, the most successful people often start with nothing or with little, but they have that dream and the courage. Actually, courage is the master over fear. So imagine the freedom of working on your terms, even if you are starting small. The only thing standing in your way is the decision to begin. Start taking the first step. Rome was not built in a day, but the building was started in a particular day. So this is what I have.
okay. um, Okay, so dropping the I guess we have right to the end of this live. So so drop in the comments, if this message resonates with you, and like, or if you have any tips or anything that like you want to talk about the topic that we just shared today. And also, have you ever thought about starting a business, but it felt you felt held back because of money? So if that's the case, share your thoughts below, and we'll be happy to reply back to your thoughts and comments. So if also, if you guys are ready to break free from the cycle of waiting, so reach out to any of us today. So and let's talk about how you can take that first step towards your dream business, no matter where you're starting from. So it is possible. It's just a shift of mindset, and shifted, from I don't have the money to how can I make this happen. So it's all about mindset. We wanna before we go to that, let's just remind. So if you wanna start your online business, just register in any of the websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that information session. The link to the to watch the information session to learn how you can start online business. So in the information session, you're gonna be able to see, how our online business works, and also you get to hear testimonials from our panelists, members of our community, who are sharing, why they decided to start their online business, and also, why how this online business has helped them to transform their lives. And this webinar happens every Tuesday and Thursdays, 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST. um, so if you want to catch the replay from last Thursday, you can, when you register with us, we can send you that link, and then in that same link you will have another link to register for our live webinars every Tuesday and Thursday. So when you click that link, it will take you to a page. We'll have two buttons, so one for Tuesdays and one for Thursdays. So you decide, which one you want to register. If you want to register for both also, you can do that. A lot of people wants to make watch a lot of them because they want to make sure, it's not the same people all the time, or they want to make sure that they're not like AI. I had a friend who is a business owner now. That's what she did. So if you want to watch both of them, that you're welcome to watch it. Um, so let's see who were the hosts and panelists from last Thursday. So our host last Thursday was Tina. She's a retired business development manager. We also have as first panelist Jennifer. She's a former corporate executive. We also have Nirmala, an ABA therapist, and Melissa, a community development coordinator.
Okay, so we also had Shani, who is a registered practical nurse. We had Edwin, who is a retailer. We had Irene, who is a former PSW and also a healthcare worker. We had Brooke, who is currently a technical training specialist. People from different career and cultural backgrounds from across the globe. We are actually in 25 countries and 43 locations.
Yeah, that's right. And yeah, so our replace has subtitles in any languages, and our live webinars has now subtitles in 5 languages, so that's Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. So if you speak any of those languages and English is not that strong, you can watch it with subtitles. So thank you for to joining us today. So in our live, I hope this session has inspired you to see that starting small is still starting. So you have what it takes to make it happen. And also, we want to mention that next Sunday topic is we'll talk about the mindset shift from an employee to an entrepreneur. So make sure that you don't miss next Sunday session. So if you know someone who's hesitating to start their journey, share this live with them, and you could be the spark they need to take that first step. So, if you see someone that is struggling, financially, then you see that they need some change or they need more family time and they have to do like 2, 3 jobs, then make sure that you share the link, Um, so, this is like a blessing to them to be able to change their lives. So, saying that, we want to say to everyone that has watched us today, for those watching the replay, also thank you very much. To our followers, also thank you for being part of our journey, and also for believing in us and for engaging with our content. If you guys are not following us on our business Facebook business page, it is up on the screen on the top, so you can follow us to get to know us a little bit more, and also get to know the content that we post and about the opportunity that we are offering. So we have some reactions from Etamsi Amisi. We also have Bill and Jan, Bilikisu Abike Onike, Bruce Mukowimana. So thank you very much for all your
Thank
emojis and for
you.
watching and being here with us today. So until the next episode of the Eagles in Digital Business, I Candid Chit Chat with Mosunmola and
And
Sandy.
Sandy.
Thank you, everyone, and until the next Sunday's episode. Bye, everyone. God bless you all. Happy Sunday.
Bye.